What is up, guys? I'm NickVP95 and I'm going to be teaching you guys some line starters. Those are like little maneuvers and tricks that look cool when you're starting your line, so let's get into it. Alright, so the first one we're going to learn today, I don't know what to call it. I'm just going to call it the 360 flip. It's not a 360 flip by any means, but I'm just going to call it that to make it simple. So I'm going to show you guys and I'm going to teach you. This trick is practically dominated by your hand, so that means that wherever your hand is on the board, or however hard you flick the board with your hand, it's going to determine what the board does. As you can see, I have my thumb on the grip side of the board, and I have my 4 other fingers on the back side of the board, and I'm going to spin my hand in a motion where it makes a 360 flip. So I'm going to spin it like you see here, and it's going to make that 360 flip motion, just like that. And the next trick I'm showing you is basically doubling that to make it a 360 double flip. I'm going to show you right here. Since this trick is very similar to the last one, you're only going to need to make one adjustment, and that is the flick of the wrist. You're going to want to put more flick into the wrist to get that extra spin in. So as you see, put that extra flick into the wrist, and you got 2 spins. So this next one is a little bit more dicey, but it's really fun to do. It's one of my favorite line starters. This one's called, I guess, the revert. So I'll show you guys right here. So this trick is done by putting your opposite foot right on the nose of the board where the concave is, and then you use that foot to pivot the board around while using your other foot to keep the board under your feet. One way to start learning this trick is to set the board on the ground and just run up to it and try to land on it and pivot out to regular. Keep in mind that I'm landing on the board switch and pivoting out to regular, so if you're scared and goofy, then you do the opposite. A very important aspect of this trick is landing on the board with your front foot first, like you see right here. Many people think that you can do it with your back foot and then front foot and pivot out of that, but that is not possible. You need to do it with your front foot first and then pivot. So this next one is a little bit harder. I'm going to call it the switch 360 flip revert. It's basically a variation of what I just showed you. You're going to switch 360 flip the board, and then you're going to land on it on the nose and pivot out, landing regular. So I'm going to show you guys. For learning this trick, you definitely need to have the switch 360 flips down and the pivots down. If you have them down, it's actually a pretty simple concept. All you need to do is do the switch 360 flip as normal, except this time land on the nose and pivot out. And right here I'm just showing you what the flip actually looks like. I'm using my opposite hand because it's switched, and I'm landing on it goofy. Now that you know how to do them, the only way to learn them is to go out there and try them for yourself. There's a lot of different ways to do these tricks. There's a lot of different hand setups, not just the ones that I showed you, so just experiment for yourself and see whichever one works best and kind of take it from there. And I hope these tips helped you guys, and I will post the other ones later.